Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I am Deneen and this is Design by Deneen. Today I'm participating in Try It Tuesday for my very first time. This challenge is a monthly challenge hosted by Sammie from Unicorn Dust Designs. I have a link to Sammie's channel in the description box below as well as the playlist, so be sure to go and check her out if you don't already know her. This challenge is about recreating a project from another crafter and then giving them credit. I'm not recreating a specific project, but I am recreating a look and style. My projects today were inspired by Candy from DIY Design by CCW. Candy does these really beautiful painted and embellished, glamorous and bejeweled vases and containers. I have a link to her channel in the description box, and if you like this style of project, go see Candy. She has done so many of these, and tell her Deneen sent you. So this is the vase that I started out with. It's a thrift store purchase and it's super duper heavy glass, and it was hand blown by somebody. It looks like it's got a really cool kind of swirly texture to it. So you can see there's actually a name and a date on the bottom of it here. I think it's Jan or Ian Booker, 1978. The first thing I did was give it a coat of Rust-Oleum in flat black. This is Folk Art Metallic paint in Sapphire Blue. I actually used 3 different brushes when I was painting this, just to try out different brushes and see how they worked. And this was my least favorite brush. It was just like a cheap acrylic brush with long bristles. But look at how beautiful this blue color goes on. When I initially painted the vase, I didn't paint the inside. I was going to leave it with the glass finish, but it looked quite terrible with the blue paint. So I taped it all off and I gave it a coat of black, flat black as well. When I did the second coat, I used more of it's just like a Walmart, it's a cheapy little artist's paintbrush. This was also not my favorite brush. Having visions of Goldilocks here. So my favorite brush was this oval chalk painting brush. It just gave a really nice smooth paint finish and really good coverage. So you don't have to waste your time trying out brushes, just go with a nice oval chalk painting brush. I'm using non-adhesive bling wrap, and I've just cut a row 2 rows wide, and I'm attaching it around basically like the belt of the piece. I divided the vase into quarters using 2 rows of bling wrap, and I actually counted to make sure that I had it even all the way around. I counted the little jewels to make sure it was evenly spaced. Unfortunately, my video for that piece got destroyed, so I can't show that to you. And then I took a single piece on each side of the double row, and I attached it at the top and I attached it at the bottom with E6000, and then I just pushed it out to the side and then just put a little dab of glue there to hold it in place, and that gives it that nice sort of flared look. I'm using these super cool little mini mirror tiles, which I got from Dollarama. I was so excited when I saw them in the store. And you just bend it over, cut a piece off, and then you peel the backing, and they're really easy to apply. And if they're a little bit crooked, you can just kind of squeeze them back into place. They're really, really easy to work with. I also did 3 lines flaring up from the bottom section to the top section. First I did the middle sections, and then I went back and I did the 2 outer sections on each area. Around this bottom piece, which bulges out a little bit, I did 1 single row of bling on the top and the bottom of it. At the junction between the two different types of bling, I added a large rhinestone. I used these medium-sized rhinestones to go around the bottom section, and this ties in with the rhinestones I used at the top. The last thing I did was to add a paint finish in the openings in the bling wrap. And I tried a couple different finishes, and in the end I ended up using a combination of Dragonfly Glaze, Color Shift paint, and Extreme Glitter. And these are all folk art paints, and I'll link them in the description box below. So here is what it looks like when it's finished. I think it gives a really nice contrast. When Candy does her projects, she generally does more than one piece in the same color. So I'm going to be doing this Dollar Tree glass jar. And if you're wondering why I paint the pieces black to start, Candy actually paints directly on the glass. I do this because I find it's a little bit easier to paint onto the flat black paint than the glass. And truthfully, the reason that I got this idea was from getting my nails done. And when they put metallics on my nails, they start with a base coat of black. I found this one really easy to embellish because there's a lot of areas where the trim just fits naturally, like at the top and bottom of the container. And then I just went down and did 2 lines of bling wrap, basting it evenly and leaving 2 vertical spaces in between. For the stand, I just took a standard Dollar Tree candle holder, gave it a coat of flat black, and then as with the other pieces, I gave it 3 coats of the sapphire blue metallics. I belted the bling, and I also put it on the top section of the candlestick. I used a single row to edge the bottom section of the candlestick holder. And the last piece was to follow the ridges along the bottom section and do single row all the way around. To attach the 2 pieces, I found it easiest to remove the lid from the top container and then place it upside down, and that way it's easier to center the candlestick holder onto the bottom of the container. For my final project, I had to do a tablescape because Candy also has another channel called Tablescapes by Candy. So here's my tablescape using my bling vase. Here is my blue and silver tablescape that I've done to complement my vase. Something that you might like to consider if you're wanting to do some pretty tablescapes is to purchase 2 separate sets in complementary colors. I have both this blue set in the dinner plates, the side plates, and the bowls, and also the silver set, so you can interchange them. Pretty much all of the pieces that you see here are from HomeSense, which is Home Goods in the US, HomeSense in Canada. These candlesticks are another DIY project that I did recently. I will link to it both above and below.